Okay, so I know we have some new faces on here tonight, so I figured I'll just kind of start with a little introduction of each of us, I guess. But I'm Caitlin. I'm from Canada, and I got started in this business, you guys, or I say 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years in April, and time flies. It's so crazy, but kind of a flashback to where I was before this business. I was going to university full time. And I was working 3 jobs on the side. So I actually had a job in a group home. Most of my shifts were overnights because the rest of my days were so crazy. So I would work overnights, and then the next day I'd either have class or I'd work in a preschool on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I didn't have classes. And then I was a nanny for I don't know how many families. So that was my life before this business. And, I like to work hard. I've always been the type of person that is okay with working hard. But I really, really miss my family. I miss my friends. And I was catching myself waking up in the morning just in tears. I was exhausted on the nights that I did get to sleep in my own bed. And I didn't get to see anybody in my circle. And that is just so, so important for me, is just being around my people. So, anyways, I found this opportunity through Instagram, and I always knew that I wanted to have some type of business in my life. Here's the thing: I grew up, you know how everybody always asks you, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, my answer was, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to be rich and I'm going to have some type of business in my life. Okay. That was my answer. And for years, I never knew what I wanted to do. I kind of settled on becoming a teacher because I knew I loved kids, but I just knew that that wasn't exactly what I wanted. So when I found this business almost towards the end of my university career, I decided, okay, there's the business that's going to help me become rich and I'll be able to meet all kinds of friends and just go after all my dreams. So I got started after I found this on Instagram, and just 3 months into my business, you guys, I was actually able to completely replace my income from all 3 jobs that I had and made this my full time. I hopped on a plane and I went to Colombia for the summer to spend my first summer in the business with my boyfriend's family in South America, because traveling was a huge reason why I joined as well. I always wanted to travel the world, but couldn't afford to go anywhere and couldn't get the time off. So I thought that was perfect. I was working from the beach, which is literally the post that brought me into this business. My enroller said, I'm looking for college students that want to make an extra income from the beach on the summer. And I'm like, that's me. Heck yes. So, anyway, 6 months in, I was able to double my income. And after that, it just went on and on and on. So I I think it took me a while actually to hit my first promotion. But I worked consistently and I made so much money in fast start bonuses and in product cash. So if you guys aren't taking advantage of those 2 ways to make money, you got to get on it because it's huge. We have different ways to make money in this business. Don't just sit around and wait for that commissions check, because there's a lot of different opportunities. So I went in my final year of university. I was literally messaging so many people in the middle of my graduation promoting to Emerald. So signing customers in the middle of my graduation. And as soon as that month finished, I went Emerald. The very next month, which I think was 9 months in, I went Diamond. Um, Actually, no, it wasn't 9 months in. I'm giving somebody else's number here. I don't, maybe that was Sydney that went diamond in 9 months. I think it was a year or something like that for me when I went diamond. And now I'm double diamond pushing for triples. So that's my story. But I'm just so thankful for this business. It has impacted my life in so many incredible ways, and just helped me meet so many of my best friends and accountability partners like Erica. Erica's not on my team, but I'm so excited to have her on tonight with us as a guest, because I just value everything that she's going to share with you guys. She's incredible. If she is your leader, be thankful for that. But yeah, that's my story. And I'm going to kind of pass it on to Erica if you want to just share your story really quick, and then we'll kind of come back to our tip later.
All right. I don't know if my story is really quick, but I'll try my very best. So again, you've got the best leader in Caitlin. And I encourage you, if you don't have an accountability partner, get one, and get one that doesn't affect your paycheck, that has nothing to do with your paycheck. And it's just awesome. Caitlin has just been a godsend to me. So I really encourage you to do the same. And it's very helpful. Okay. I'm Erica, and I joined the business a little bit before Caitlin. It was 3 years in October. And me and my husband are both full-time musicians, and I sang in a band. I taught singing lessons. I owned a performing arts studio. We had competitive dance, competitive singing, instrumental lessons, and it was my dream opening the studio. I had it for 15 years and taught for like 10 years before that. And we were successful in every way but my paycheck. We had kids that were on American Idol, The Voice. I have kids on Broadway. I have a Miss Tennessee, Miss America. I had kids that were, one of my students I've had forever has been the lead backup singer for the Jonas Brothers for the last years and touring with them. So great success. But overhead for my studio was just astronomical. Taxes, astronomical, paying teachers, paying employees. I mean, I got what was left over, and that wasn't a lot. And it was not enough to pay my bills. And so we just found that we were basically living on credit cards. Honestly, I kept borrowing, thinking I was going to pay a little bit back. And every year for 15 years, I thought, finally we're going to get to this point and now I'm going to make money. And I loved what I did, but that moment just never came. And then when life hit us, it hit us hard with some major repairs of the house that had to be done. And my kids going to college. And the same time my husband got cancer for the second time. And our credit cards were maxed. And it was so depressing. And I was like crying at night, every night, just God help me. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do. We're about to face, I'm going to cry. Like we thought we were going to get bankrupt. And we almost did. It was just terrible. But, I didn't know, I felt stuck because I was 45 years old. And I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to change at this time in my life? I have learning disabilities and ADD, and who's going to hire? I don't have a special skill besides music. Who's going to hire somebody like me? And I just felt stuck. And I watched my niece is in this business, and she's a top income earner for year after year after year. And I watched her for 5 years, and I said, no, for 5 years. Don't give up on people, and don't discount people if they're 45 years old. Because I'm going to be an ambassador diamond 40 sing. I'm going all the way. So don't discount them. But I watched her for 5 years, and I said no for 5 years because number one, I thought I couldn't put anything else on my plate. I thought there's no way I could do that. I was skeptical that I, at my age and everything, could do that. But out of desperation, pure desperation, I joined, hoping, like you hear all the time, to make $300 to $500 extra a month. But when I do something, I go all in. And I jumped in and I watched the videos, and I was seeing all the success of everybody. And I was like, why not me? And I just decided to give it my all. And then 5 months later, I became diamond. And then a year after that, I was double diamond. And now I'm going into my third year, and I'm going to get triple diamond this year. Also, I'm claiming that. And I sold my business. I do this full time. My anxiety is pretty much gone, and life is good. So
wow,
that's my story.
Amazing. I love your story so much, and it gets me every single time. And we don't always share our stories on this 30-minute Zoom, but I just feel like you guys hearing other people's story, I would not be where I am today if I didn't know all the different types of success that people have seen in this business, and to hear their struggles that they've started out with versus where they are now because they said yes to this. So I want you to just remember these stories, and eventually you're going to have your own. You actually already do, because you said yes to this business, and that's the first part. With all of this is just saying yes, and after that your life will change as long as you're willing to work hard, as we keep saying. So awesome. I'm going to throw it over to Sydney, and then we'll move on after our stories. Go ahead, Sydney.
Hey guys, I am Sydney. I am 19 and I am from Canada, and I'm a diamond leader. So a year and a half ago, I was a recent high school graduate, and I was broke and broken. I was working a full-time job at a job that I absolutely hated. I was getting ready to move 6 hours away, and I just had no plan for my life. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was lost. I was confused. I had been bullied all through high school, so I didn't have any friends, and things were just really confusing. And I came across this business 2 days after my 18th birthday, when I had never seen anything like this before. I had no idea how it worked. I had no idea if it was even real. I made a million excuses and asked a million questions, but I ended up just jumping in because I figured, why not? What do I have to lose? I don't have a plan anyways, so let's just do it. And I jumped in, and I went executive in my first 2 weeks. I went ruby in my first full month. I went emerald that November, and I just went diamond back in May, and now we're pushing for double diamond, and I'm so excited. But because of this business, I've been able to do so many things that most people my age don't get to do. I was able to adopt 3 kittens, and I've also been able to adopt 2 dogs all the way from Texas, which is really far for us here in Canada. So I've been able to adopt my 2 dogs all the way from Texas and just give them the life they deserve, to move into a bigger apartment and completely furnish it, purchase my dream car just a couple days after my 19th birthday, and start a savings account, just do so many things that I never even thought I was worthy of before this business. So yeah, it's just absolutely incredible, and I'm so excited to be here.
So good, so good. And 3 very different stories. I love that. So if you're new here, basically what we're gonna do is every Wednesday night we're gonna have this Zoom at the same time, and we're each gonna have different speakers each week, but we're each gonna take 10 minutes to kind of talk about a topic that we feel like you guys need right now in your business, or sharing some things that are really working for us. So today, mine's a little bit short, but I'm excited to give this or to share this with you, because I know that if you don't already have this app downloaded on your phone, it's going to make such a huge difference in your business. So you're new, maybe you've been around for a little bit and you just haven't got this going yet, but we have conversations with people every single day, right? And you're going to notice that what we talk about actually becomes repetitive. We're sending a lot of the same scripts, as we call them, all day long to people, either about like the products that we're offering to them or about the business opportunity. So I remember when I first got started, I had everything saved in a huge note section in my phone. And I was copying and pasting. Every time I'd open up a conversation, I have to go back to my notes and find the reply. And then I have to go back to my notes again to find the next message. And it just took a lot of time. So if you aren't familiar with the Boards app, it used to be a word board that was super, super, super popular. And now we're moving over to using the Boards app. Look it up in your app store. It used to be called Bliss, so you might find it under that name as well. But this app, you guys, is going to change your business if you don't have this set up yet. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I have an Android, but I'm sure it probably looks similar on an iPhone. So it's this app right there. My screen brightness is still too bright. Just that white little app. So we're going to click on that. And then when I open it up, you can completely customize this to you, okay? And it's gonna take maybe 20 minutes to get this set up, but once it's set up, it's gonna be so worth it. Everybody's gonna look different. You just decide what you want yours to look like. So here's kind of an overview. Basically, these are just a whole bunch of different categories that are now gonna start showing up on my keyboard when I'm going to talk to people, okay? So when you get the app downloaded, it's gonna give you the option to link it to your keyboard, and that's what you'll wanna do. So when you're having conversations with people, you're going to open up this keyboard, and let's say you're in the middle of host to post, okay? And you want somebody to put up a bait post for you, or you put up a bait post on your wall. You know those posts that are all circulating that says like, I'm giving away, in Canada, it's $1,000 this month. Comment your favorite color below to get an entry, okay? So you get all these comments, and then it's time to go message those people and say, hey, I saw your comment on my giveaway post. This is what you got to do to get your name in the draw. So I'm going to click on my host to post category right here. And then the very first thing is the bait post reply. So if I click on that, what it's going to do, I'm going to bring up my conversation with Erica here. So here's my host to post. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on my bait reply. Boom, it pops up in my inbox. And I send it to Erica. Okay, so that's that. If you want to send them the information on like posting about the coffee, you just click the next scripted line. Boom, there it is. And I sent it. Here's another really cool thing. If you're used to using WordBoard, okay, the difference between WordBoard and this app is that 1, you can get this on an Android. You couldn't use WordBoard on an Android. 2, this is free. 3, you can also send pictures, okay? So if I'm sending something about like a coffee host, suppose I pick a coffee picture, I'm gonna click on it, boom, right in the conversation, okay? So fast, no more copying and pasting. So I have like just a whole bunch of different scripts here, and you can just literally fill your word board with everything that you need. I have a category for host to post. I have a category for the business, anything to do with the business. So like I have 2 messages that explains the opportunity. I have a message written up that explains our product line when someone asks that. When someone's ready to enroll, I tell them I need their phone number so I can send them a text. So then I have that text message ready. My influencer application is saved in here. And I even have screenshots to show people exactly how to put in the promo code when they're trying to sign up as a distributor to get the discount. I have I have a category here called Erica, because Erica and we chatted last week, and she like completely gave me all these incredible scripts that have just made me so excited and helped me enroll so many customers. So when I click on Erica's clipboard, it brings up every single script that she sent me. So you can organize it however you want. I just thought that was cute and giving me positive vibes every time I look at it, and it's helping me sign customers. So whatever works. But yeah, so that's the boards app. And like I said, it's amazing. It's amazing. And even if you have this already set up on your phone, make sure that your team is using this as well, you guys, because this is just going to speed up the process, make things so much more exciting, so much faster. I don't want your thumbs to get tired from typing all day long. So if you can save yourself some time and enroll more people and hit those promotions faster, then that's exactly what we want for you. So if anybody has any questions on that throughout the rest of the Zoom, just put it in the chat. But I'm going to have Erica kind of talk about her organization potential system that she has.
Can I add something to that, Caitlin, that you were talking about? Did you know that you can share your scripts with your team? So it automatically goes on their board and they don't have to type them in. That's what's so awesome. So when you're training new distributors, you're constantly sending them messages, because a lot of our conversations are repetitive. So I can share all of my scripts with my team and just say, hey, go use the first script or under coffee or whatever. So I think it's going to be very helpful in the future for that too. I'm really excited about that new app.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. I actually haven't done that yet, but I know that's something that we just found out. So I'm excited to do that. It's just going to make that whole duplication thing with our team so much easier.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all, I am messy and I'm not organized. Okay. But I have tried so many ways over the past 3 years to organize all of my potentials and my host of all this stuff. And I really tried I think there's no right or wrong. You got to figure out your system that works for you. And I think after going into my 3rd year that, I feel like I found something that I'm really, really, really going to like. And so I was going to share it with you guys just to see if it may be something that, everybody's going to find their own way, but see if it's something that you might enjoy also. I have gone from, this was my 2020 book, y'all. I did let me just show y'all. So I did all these trackers. See, it's of information. Okay. But these were just, I feel like there's a lot of wasted space because I stopped putting down everybody who commented under a host to post. And then I couldn't, even if I wanted them to be like, if they were my strong PLCs, I wouldn't end up putting them there because I couldn't figure out whose posts they were under once I talked to them. So I thought it was a little bit wasteful, although I have this whole entire book all year long. Then I've watched Morgan Martin, how she's done it, and love how she does it. I was trying to implement some of hers, and I got this calendar. It lasted a whole 3 weeks last year to try to do hers. Let's see. But it's too small for me. I couldn't get everything in. And then highlighting, remember, then it was just a hot mess, and then I couldn't see who I was supposed to get to, and it was just really, really hard. But I loved a lot about Morgan's system, and I loved a lot about the host to post tracker, but I was trying to find something that worked for me. But here's the deal. The only wrong thing, in my opinion, and I've had this conversation with my team a lot, and a lot of them, I think Amber's actually writing things down now, right, Amber? But a lot of people don't write things down. They think that they'll just go back to those host to post, or that they'll go through their messages. And I am telling you, I don't know what a mass and LC enroller is, but I do average, about 20 to 40 customers a month. So it's probably not mass, but it is because of the fact that I write it down. Okay. I write things down and organize them. If you're not writing it down, I think you're missing out on all kinds of business. I just really believe that with my whole heart. Okay, so I'm still figuring out how tweaking this, but here is, I hope y'all can see this. Okay. Can y'all see this? What I'm liking is, okay, this is two-day calendar. Okay, so there's like 4 days that you can see at a time. Why I said is there's more, obviously there's a little bit more room to write. And then a lot of our follow-ups are 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. And boy, does it make it to go back 2 days, go back 7 sheets and you're on your 2 weeks, go back. That's really, really good. Okay, but also this is kind of what I have done. So let me get, okay, okay, one of this. So right here, I just draw a line, 2 lines down. So this was Saturday. This column says HAPs, PLCs, PDTs. So anybody that didn't host a post for me went here. Anybody who I had a conversation, this is not people who commented. This is people who commented and I actually gave them the pricing script and we had a conversation. Okay, that's who's going here. My PLCs. Anybody I had a good conversation with about the business went here. And then see the little gray thing? It says hot right here. That is where, let's see. Anybody, the customers that sign up for the day are going down on that hot list. So I've got host to post, PLCs, PDTs, anybody that enrolled, all at a glance right here. And what I'm trying to do, I can't decide if I'm trying to go back and like, let's see. Okay, so anybody that actually enrolled as a customer, I write them down here, but I'm highlighting them just so I know, okay, when I'm going to follow up, three still haven't signed. I don't have to look through them and I can go do my follow-ups a lot easier. Another reason I like this, when I do a host post and I have a conversation with someone and they haven't responded or I haven't gotten the sale yet, I always go back 24 hours. Day is my first follow-up. I don't wait 2 days for the follow-up for customers. I go back the very next day. And it's so easy to know if they're just right here. I don't have to go through all that stuff. Right here on the day before, who I had a conversation with and who I didn't sign because they're not highlighted or written here. And then I always go back at the end of the month. I go several times, but at the very end of the month, right before the month closes, and anybody that I talk to about a product, I say, hey girl, I'm wrapping up my month. And I either say a couple more product reviewer spots left. Would you be interested in being a product reviewer and getting my discount? Again, I can go back the whole month and just do it so fast. And then I like separating. I was the one way Morgan, just nothing wrong. I had PLCs and PDTs all in the same, and I was just writing out by the side PLC, PDT. That took me too long to kind of do things quicker. So I have just found that this has been a really good system to me, and it's something I would just advise you to find something really soon to be organized, and just keep it. That is going to be the key to follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. Any questions on that? And I was going to tell you other things I do for organization. Does anybody have any questions or want to add anything about that? Caitlin or Sydney, do y'all have anything y'all like that y'all want to add?
I just want to say that I'm happy to know that I'm kind of on track with what you're doing. Like this, I've done so many different organization ways. I've used online planners. I've used like pen and paper, and like mine looks very similar to yours. So all of my customers go at the bottom. The highlighted ones are the people that ordered. Down here, I have product cache, and same here. Obviously, I didn't talk to very many people about the business this week, but if I flip over, like all of these on the top are like my potential distributors. Okay, so that's kind of how I organize it.
Are yours by day too? Do you organize your PLCs and PDTs by day also? Yeah.
So these are all like potential distributors, and when they sign up, I highlight them and like all my product cash. That was a good week.
She's the bomb at making product cash.
So that's how, like, to me, I'm a highlighter girl, and like I feel so accomplished when I can highlight, which means I'm enrolling. So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that's awesome. We are definitely on the same track. And I know something that I got from Morgan's system is like you can flip through her planner, and every single day she has names written down and names highlighted. And that was one goal for myself. Like, I am not leaving a single day without potentials. And if I happen to fall behind, I'm going to go back and write potentials down, yes, like from yesterday, today, when I have the time. So anyway, sorry, I cut you off. I think you're going to talk.
No, that's good. All right. If no questions, feel free to ask anything. Okay. So I was just going to go over something else that I've done, and I teach my distributors to do it from the beginning, because I didn't do it for like a year and a half. And a lot of times I don't even know who some of my customers are when I'm trying to send them promotions or sales and all that kind of stuff. Because when we enroll a customer under someone else, they're not on our customer list. So that distributor may not even be in the business anymore. You know what I mean? And so I can't even send them a message about a sale because they're not in my phone organized as a loyal customer. So what I do immediately, and it takes 2 or 3 minutes, but it is so worth it. Let me find. Okay. Let's get it really focused. Is it focused yet? Okay. Mm-hmm. What I immediately do is I put their first and last name. I'm going to put January LC. I'm putting what they ordered and pick 2 for 69 or 89 or whatever it is. So I know at a glance, if they ask me anything, hey, can I delete the gummies off my thing? Is it saying yes? I can say yes, but if you only have one product, you're losing motion. I know that at a glance. If they say, hey, distributor, my loyal customer number, I put it right here. So I don't have to take the time to go look it up. Doing it a lot. So I put January LC or January. If it's an LC, I'm going to put what they ordered. And if it was a pick 3 special, I'm going to just put the price, and that makes me know what it was. Then I put their loyal customer number here. And if I sign them up, I put everybody has the same password, because that just makes it easier for me. But if they signed up, I put out beside there enrolled themselves or something like that. So I know at a glance have their password and they enrolled themselves. But this has been so helpful. So when I'm sending out messages also with Connect about promotions, even if they're not in my Connect app, I can go to the search bar and I can put LCs or January or whatever, and everybody's going to come up and under my contacts. So anyway, that is something that's something that I would start doing from the very, very, very beginning, because once you have 600 customers and people are messaging all the time, and it's just like, it can consume your time in that. So that's all my tips for tonight that I wanted to share.
So good. Thank you so much. And Amber had asked about the replay. So I'm going to have it on my YouTube. I'm probably going to go back and watch this to re-listen to everything that you said, but I can send it to Erica, and I'll send it to Amber as well. And then that way you guys can send it out to your team. But Sydney is going to finish us off with some really good tips on enrolling distributors.
Yeah, so enrolling distributors is my absolute favorite thing to do. And I wanted to share some tips with you guys. Just a little heads up, if you a lot of you guys are new here, the first step is getting your shopping spree. So if you haven't earned your shopping spree, make sure you're still focusing on that, but definitely still listen and take these tips and write them down and take notes for when you have earned that shopping spree and you're ready to move on to signing your distributors. It's because getting your shopping spree is helping you to be able to train these distributors once you sign them. So first things first, how I sign them. And my favorite thing, it's a no-brainer, you have to have it, is an influencer application. So I'm actually going to send the link to a YouTube video. It would take me like 12 years to be able to explain this to you guys, but I'm going to send a link to a YouTube video to watch to set up your influencer application. And I literally put this everywhere. So the influencer application is the main way that I sign my distributors. And I'll share a little bit about how exactly I do that with the influencer application. So host a post and the influencer application. So if y'all aren't in host a post, definitely in on that. But basically what I do is I will get a host post bait post up. The people that comment on mine, I do things a little bit differently. The people that comment on mine, they all put up a giveaway post for me, because I'd rather have millions and millions of comments to get back to in several different networks than just have the bare minimum on mine and still want some more. So I get everybody that comments on mine to post about the giveaway as well. And then every single person that comments on theirs, if I'm looking for distributors, they post this post for me, and definitely change it up to make it sound a little bit more like you. And we don't want a million people posting the exact same post, but they post this, and then I will go ahead and comment my influencer application. And I like to comment mine just so they can kind of see my profile as well, and it's not the same person commenting a bunch of things. So I will just do that, and then all the influencer applications come in, and I love doing it this way because the people are so much more apt to join, because they have to fill out an application. They have to take 5 minutes out of their time instead of just commenting on things. They actually have to take the time to fill out something and read something, which, I mean, they're not all going to join, but a lot of them are much more passionate and much more willing to learn and put in the work, because they had to put in the work just to get the information. And then I also just post my influencer application everywhere. So I constantly talk about it in my stories. I'm always saying, fill out the application in my bio. When I'm doing TikToks, I constantly say, fill out the application in my bio. It's in my Facebook bio, my Instagram bio, my TikTok bio. It's literally everywhere, just because that is just the easiest way to keep track of things. They all go into a chart, so it just makes things so much easier for when you're reaching out to people and getting their information and getting to know them when it comes to potentials. And I will share, I'll send it. Well, I guess Caitlin has my influencer application, but if you guys wanted to read mine, I don't have the link here right now, but a lot of leaders have them. So just go off of theirs, but also make it personal to you, because people want to get to know you. And that's kind of what I'm getting into as well, is that when you're signing distributors, people want to know you. People are going to fall in love with you before they ever fall in love with this business and before they ever fall in love with these products. So be relatable. In Conference, if you guys watch Conference, they talked about finding your niche and your pillars. And the things that make you you, and that's what people are going to relate to. So if you haven't taken time to do that pillar worksheet, or even just brainstorm, not necessarily doing the worksheet, I want you to do that, because I want you to figure out what makes you you. Put a post up on your Facebook and ask, when people think about you, what do they think about? Because I promise you, there's some things that you might not even know that you're known for that you are, and that's just going to help you so much more down the road relating to your followers and your friends and all of those things. So just be excited, be passionate about it, and share your life. You don't always have to just look like you don't always have to look like a distributor. You don't always have to be posting about the business and about the product. Show your life. If you guys have ever watched my stories, it's literally 90% about my animals, and then the rest of it is about business. So just share your life and share what you're up to, because people are going to be more like, they're able to relate to you more for what your animals are doing, or what your kids are doing, or where you're hiking, or something along those lines, because that is something that they're already doing. They're not necessarily doing the business already. So just be you and just be excited. People can feel your excitement. I notice a huge difference when I'm pumped up and when I'm ready to change people's lives. They are much more willing to jump in when they can feel my excitement and they know that I'm passionate about it and that I'm actually passionate about helping them reach their goals. So just when you're doing all of these things, the main thing in all of this is just being consistent. Being consistent with your host of posts. You're not going to see results in the first couple days. I mean, you might, but chances are it's going to take several days or a week to see results, but you need to be consistent every single day with it. One thing that I used to really stress myself out about with host post was getting 10 up every single day, but don't stress so much over the number and just stress more about being consistent and at least getting some up every single day, and continue to get those giveaway posts up to continue to bring it into more networks and constantly have people to reach out to. But don't stress so much about numbers, just stress about doing it and getting it done no matter what's going on. So just being consistent, stepping out of your comfort zone, and just having fun with it really is the main thing, because people are going to join you when it looks like fun and when you're having fun and when you're loving your life.
Amazing. I just wanted to add one thing. So I've done distributor hosted posts where I put my application, and I've done distributor hosted posts where I don't put my application. Here's the difference, okay? The people who are posting for you, like I specifically send a distributor hosted post to the people who I want on my team. So if I have a girl that comments on my bait post and she wants to earn the $1,000 and I'm like, ooh, I want her on my team, I send her the distributor hosted post. Here's what happens. When I put my link in the comments, she clicks on it and she applies a lot of the time. If you don't put your link, a lot of the time they're going to be scared to reach out to you if they are a little bit interested. So I just find like not only are you're getting a lot more people in on your actual link and reading your story and more applications coming through, but you're getting the person that posted for you as well a lot, like on board a lot easier than you would if you didn't put your link there. So I really like that. And I'm glad that I made that switch. And some days, you guys, like I'll put 3 distributor hosted posts up and I'll get 7 to 8 applications. And then other days I don't get that many, but like, it just totally depends on the person that's posting. It depends on the day, so many things. So stay consistent with all that. And I just can't wait to see your business boom this year. Thank you so much, Erica and Sydney, for everything that you had to share tonight. I'm so excited about this. I will post it on my YouTube later tonight. And I will share it with, like I said, Erica and Amber. I can send it over to each of you so that you can share it with your teams. If anybody has any other questions, reach out anytime. I'm always free to answer your questions. I'm getting a bunch of notifications all of a sudden. But yeah, have an awesome night, you guys, and thanks for hopping on.